Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Changed a lot then, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever didn't think you, then let me just do it now. Welcome to 311 episode of The Viewmasters. My name is Eric.
My name is Joe.
Hi, we watched Emily the Criminal.
Did we? We sure did.
Yep.
Oh my god.
How are you, Joe?
Fantastic.
Great.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay.
Why did that happen?
Because it's episode 311.
I mean, okay, I know why it happened. But why did that happen?
Just felt right.
Oh, man. That was really special.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I was like, was this a soft rock song in the movie that I didn't hear? Like, what is this? And then you started repeating words and I knew what was happening. I don't know, though, that I would have been able to tell you that is a 311 song.
It is one of two that I could think of off the top of my head.
Okay.
And I don't even know the title of the other one. I just know the lyric, "Come Original."
Okay. I don't think I know that one.
I used to really love 311.
Yeah, that was one that I missed.
Yeah.
I can see the appeal.
Can you?
Well, I mean, a little bit.
Okay.
I've got that song stuck in my head now.
Well, great.
Yeah, thanks a lot for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, man.
Here we
Emily
are.
the Criminal.
Emily the Criminal. And here we are back in the backyard era again.
This is Viewmaster's fucked up foot edition.
Yes, it is. Yeah, we are on Skype again, in case anybody notices a difference. But yeah, you are immobilized.
I am, unfortunately, yes. I was telling a friend yesterday. She asked what I was doing for the rest of the week, and I was like, well, yeah, I do a podcast with my friend. He hurt his foot, and so we're gonna just do it over Skype, and she, like, was astounded that both of us have hurt our feet. Like, what are the odds?
Right? And you add in my girlfriend, who also hurt the same foot that I did.
Right. That's true love right there.
It really is, yeah. Yeah, so it was the day after Christmas, right?
It was, yeah, December 26th.
Yep. My girlfriend and I had planned to go out, both of us in our various modes of mobility equipment. She with her walker, me with my wheelchair. And we were going to go out to lunch and then go see a movie. She had picked where we were going to go for lunch, and we were meeting there. I got to the restaurant to discover that it was closed.
Oh no!
So I pulled out my phone to text her, and instead there was a text from you saying that you had broken your ankle. And I thought, oh fuck. I have cursed everybody that I know. So I think, did I immediately ask you which foot?
It was one of your first questions.
Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Because I'm not going to get into what happened to me, but my left ankle is fucked. And my girlfriend also had to have surgery recently on her left ankle. So I just assumed that as soon as you texted me that it was also yours.
I wish it was my left ankle.
Right?
I really do.
Because then you could go places.
Then I could fucking drive.
Right? That is the one thing that I am thankful for in what happened to me, is that at least I can, if I feel like it, go to a place.
Right? Oh man,
it sucks.
It's really something. But I know I've mentioned this to you, but it's given me a newfound respect for you.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm glad that you finally found some way to respect me.
Me too, you know? Pity only gets you so far.
Right? So now I'm just planning on figuring out how to break Jason's ankle, and
ooh, yeah, all right.
And then we'll have the formations of a gang.
What would we call ourselves?
I don't know. First thoughts are offensive, so I'm not going to say them.
Okay, probably a good choice.
Yep.
Yeah, I applaud that decision. Oh boy.
Emily the Criminal.
Emily the Criminal.
Oh, so this is a movie that's on an app called Netflix.
Right, you may have heard of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you put it on and you chill.
Sometimes.
That's what I did.
Sometimes you just scroll endlessly through it and then watch nothing.
That is typically what I do.
Or sometimes you just forget you have it for months on end.
Did you know that Wednesday show is created by the creators of Smallville?
What?
I learned that today.
Wow.
That is, it's Alfred Goff and Miles Miller, I think, were the creators of Smallville, and they are also the creators of the Addams Family show Wednesday.
Wow, I did not know that. Good for them.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I didn't know they were still doing stuff, so that's good.
Yeah. My girlfriend, who, like us, has been laid up, she watched all of Wednesday, like, Tuesday.
Aw, so close.
Yeah, I know. She was telling me about it, and I was like, well, that doesn't sound like any Addams Family I know.
Right? This is not your father's Addams Family.
I guess not. It has,
or even yours.
Nope. It has werewolves in it, and I'm just like, that's... Since when is there supernatural shit in the Addams Family? They're just weird.
Yeah, well, there's a hand.
Okay, fine, but that could be explained through science.
Okay, interesting. If you say so.
I say so. It's more believable than werewolves.
Alright, fair enough. Are you going to watch Teen Wolf the movie when that comes out?
I've seen that. Has Michael J. Fox?
No. No, you son of a bitch. I mean, the one based on your favorite TV show.
Oh, that Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
You know what? I probably will.
Excellent. You can pick it for the podcast, but I will have no idea what's going on because I've never seen that show.
You know what? Towards the end of it, I had no idea what was going on, and I had religiously watched it, so,
All right, good to know.
Boy.
Yeah, I've seen a couple ads for it. And my favorite part is when one of the characters screams, "I'm still the alpha!" Like, okay, that's pretty much what I expected Teen Wolf the movie to be.
No, yeah, that sounds right.
Who's top dog?
Was it the guy who plays Superman?
No, I didn't see him in the trailer.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's disappointing.
I know.
Yeah. Maybe he's just too busy being Superman.
Probably.
Is that show still on?
That show is still on, yeah.
I have lost track of all the DC television programs.
Yeah, the only ones that are left now are The Flash and Superman and Lois.
Stargirl got canceled too?
Stargirl, I believe, ended after the most recent season.
Oh, okay. And Flash is ending, right?
Flash is ending after its next season, which will be the official end of the Arrowverse.
Oh, okay.
Because Superman and Lois, they established, takes place in a different universe.
Huh, alright.
It's real weird.
Yeah, that sounds weird. Have there been crossovers?
No, they well, I guess sort of. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Alright.
Because like Superman appeared in like Crisis and a bunch of other stuff.
Right.
But I guess that's a different Superman who's just very similar to this other Superman.
Huh.
And like Diggle from Arrow was on Superman and Lois, but that's a different John Diggle. I don't know. It's stupid. They're just making this shit up as they go.
Yeah. Sounds as crazy as the DCEU.
I don't know that anything's that crazy, Eric.
Well, all I know is that the hierarchy of power changed, and it changed again, and then it keeps on changing.
It keeps changing. You know, The Rock was wrong about a lot of things, but he was right about that. That was the only thing.
Oh, boy. Emily the Criminal.
Emily the Criminal. So this movie's about Emily.
Yeah, it is.
And she's a criminal.
She certainly is. This is a model of truth in advertisements.
It really is. I appreciate movie titles that tell me what I'm getting.
Yep. I don't know about you, Joe, but I don't know. I could not relate to this movie whatsoever.
No.
Its main character is a struggling artist who can't seem to find work in her chosen profession and is just completely in debt and going through just a series of menial jobs and eventually forced to consider a life of crime in order to just try to be, okay with the world. Like, it's just nothing that I could grab onto.
I get it. I mean, I assume it's because she's a woman. I understand it's really hard to relate as men to the plight of women.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Yep.
I hadn't considered that, Eric. That this might hit a little close to home to you.
All I can say is that after her first endeavor into criminal activity, I thought I would do that.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that she does is pretty tame,
right?
Like it seems doable,
right? I would totally have done that.
Yeah.
Anybody out there who's doing dummy shopping, hit me up.
You might want to scrub this episode from the internet after it gets released. Just for safety, for legal reasons.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens first.
Okay. If this episode ever mysteriously disappears, I will know what happens.
Exactly. Oh, man, this movie got intense at times.
It did. It was a lot more stressful than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't sure what exactly to expect. All I knew going into it was Aubrey Plaza was in it. And I guess, I have certain expectations about an Aubrey Plaza movie, and this was not it.
Definitely not. Yeah, this is not anything like what I've seen her in before.
Right.
Maybe closest is White Lotus, the most recent season of White Lotus, but even that is a very different character than what she plays here.
For
Which
me,
is nice. It's a nice to see her stretching a little bit.
sure. For me, I guess the closest I've seen her to this is in Legion.
Oh yeah, okay.
Again, a role that I believe she should have won all the awards for.
Right. She was incredible on Legion.
Yes. So yeah, it is nice to see her do other things. But still, yeah, Jesus Christ, she's never going to top Legion. Sorry, Aubrey. It's just not gonna happen.
Maybe they'll bring her into the MCU and then she can win an Oscar.
That would actually be awesome.
That would be great.
I never watched the final season of Legion. Did it end, or did they just?
I've only seen the first season, so
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, so we're in the same boat then.
Yeah, that was one that we had started watching again so that we could finish it, and then we sort of tapered off.
Right.
I don't remember why, but I will go back to it at some point.
I think the reason that I did was, I've espoused many times on this show my belief in physical media.
Yeah.
But I also, have a bit of OCD, a touch of it. And I do not buy different formats for the same thing.
Sure. I think that's reasonable.
And so season 1 came out on Blu-ray, which I own, and then season 2 and 3 came out on DVD only. And I'm not doing that. I'm not playing that game.
No, fuck that shit.
Yeah. And so basically when I figured that out, I was like, well, I just really lost interest in watching the rest of the show.
You were warded off the show by the manufacturer of the home video release.
Yes, I was.
That's pretty spectacular.
I'm a special guy.
You really are.
So America sucks, and this movie is proof.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, a little too real.
It was really good. I really liked it.
I did as well.
But yeah, it was very real.
I don't. The one aspect, I guess, that I just did not care for, is the fact that she started a romantic relationship with the character of Yusuf.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why that rubbed me the wrong way. It just did.
Yeah, I didn't I guess I didn't really feel like they had any chemistry. And when it became apparent, I feel like it was pretty apparent immediately that was what was going to happen with them.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, why are we doing this now?
Right.
And then it ended up not being as obnoxious as I sort of thought it would be. And I enjoyed the complications that it presented for both of them.
Yeah, I think, I didn't enjoy the fact that it breached that subject, but then I did enjoy the sort of payoff to it.
Yeah.
And what happens to both of them because of their relationship. So plot wise, I guess it was fine, but it was just in the moments, like when they first initiate a romantic relationship in the movie, I was just like, this feels unnecessary.
Yeah, I felt that way as well.
But then again, I hate romance, so.
And I, on the other hand, am a hopeless romantic, so you would think I would have been all over it.
I just, I just cut it all out of all movies.
No more romantic storylines.
Yep. Tired of it.
All right. Interesting.
No, yeah, like I said, I think it pays off pretty well as far as ramping up the tension and the intensity of the situation in the movie. It's pretty tightly plotted.
Yeah, I thought so.
There's I don't know, she has a really fully realized arc, I feel like, which I guess there are so many ways that it could have gone. That the one that they chose, I thought was I don't know.
Use your words, Eric.
I'm trying.
I know.
Like I feel like this is like almost like Breaking Bad, but if Walter White was actually like a decent person.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Instead of just the horrible villain that he is throughout the show.
Right. Yeah, no, I can totally see that because Aubrey, Emily is very much a victim of the circumstances that she is in, and she tries to get out of it through ethical, not illegal means,
right?
And it doesn't happen. It doesn't work. So she does basically what she has to do to survive and to get out from under what's holding her down. The man is holding her down,
right? And the thing is, like, people will always talk about, you got to pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and that's how you succeed in America. And she does exactly that.
Yeah.
It's just not in the particularly legal way that everybody wants to make believe you can do.
Right.
Because there is no way to do that unless you are born rich.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Jesus Christ, the job interview towards the end of the movie.
That is easily my favorite scene of the movie.
Yep.
It's so good. Because she's not wrong at all.
Nope.
Nothing that she says there is wrong. And people go into these unpaid positions for months on end and are expected to just, accept it. And it's that scene was spectacular.
Yeah.
And also, fuck her friend for never mentioning to her that it was an unpaid position.
Right?
That is key information that you give someone before they come in for an interview.
She is not a good friend in the first place.
Not at all.
But yeah, double fuck her for that. That was so shitty. I mean, god damn it. Like, if I were ever in a job interview where that would happen, like, I would hope that I would be able to say the same thing, and have the temerity to just walk the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because that is absolute bullshit, and unfortunately, an absolute truth. That people will just do that, and I don't understand.
Yeah.
I would much rather take a shitty job at, a hotel, than, possibly work my way to a dream job, but I have to, work for free for like 6 months.
Right.
Fuck that. like my current job. I enjoy my current job. It's not the best job in the world. I don't get paid a whole lot to do it. But I am much happier in it than I was at my, previous job, which was within my profession. And like, I chose a smaller paycheck, for peace of mind. And that's not for everybody, but like it drastically improved my own life.
Absolutely.
But like if you were working for free in an unpaid position, how would you ever be satisfied with yourself?
Yeah.
Because I mean, like she doesn't say it, but she sort of like gets around the fact, that should she accept that position, she would still have to work, her like DoorDash job or whatever it is that she's working,
right?
In order to make ends meet. Because she asks like, what the hours are. So she would be basically trying to put in, 60 to 80 hours a week, trying to survive, which she is barely doing as is.
Yeah.
Until she discovers that she's really good at crime.
I mean, I think part of what gives her the sort of, I guess, gumption, I don't know, there's no better word I can come up with, what gives her the confidence, the ability to just, storm out on Gina Gershon. Gina Gershon's in this movie, and she's great.
Yeah.
In that one scene.
And she's also built like fourth build.
Yeah.
she's literally in it for 2 minutes.
But yeah, like if she didn't have crime to fall back on, she would not have been able to tell her to fuck off.
Right. I mean, it's a good thing crime was there.
Seriously, yeah. It's a stunning indictment of society in general.
Yep. Oh, America's wonderful. I don't.
It really is. You know what? The land of the free, home of the brave.
Yep. Oh, what a world we live in.
Oh man.
Yeah. This movie stirred some emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Aubrey Plaza is fucking great in it.
Yeah, so the accent is, I take a little bit of issue with the accent. Because it sort of feels like it comes and goes. Like, I know there are points where she is deliberately not putting it on.
Right.
But it felt a little inconsistent throughout. Or maybe that's just how that accent is, and I am not familiar with it enough to know that there are some things that are clearly hit and some things that are just not.
Right. I didn't notice it too much as far as it like wavering. I felt like it was fairly consistent. There may be like the scene where she has a box cutter to her neck. She's not putting it on so much, but
sure, that's fair.
But maybe it's hard to act like your life is in danger and try to speak with a New Jersey accent.
It's a lot to have on your mind.
But I mean, emotionally and just like I said, the arc that she goes through, I felt like that far outweighs dicey accent play here and there.
Yeah, no, I mean if a slightly inconsistent accent is my biggest complaint, I feel like it's pretty good.
Yeah. I feel like there are the movie does a really good job of like racketing up the intensity as she discovers her criminal ways.
Yeah.
Just from like the first scene where she goes to buy a TV with a stolen credit card, and then jumps up to like the next level. That scene was pretty fucking intense.
Definitely. Yeah. Like that. I started to wonder, like those guys were criminals too, right?
Oh, they had to be. Yeah.
Okay. Like, I don't know how high-end car sales work.
Right.
but that didn't feel right to me.
Yeah, no, the whole thing was shady from inside and out.
So I was really surprised that she kept going after that. Like, I feel like that if it had been me, that would have been enough to shake me out of no matter how much financial hardship I was under.
Right.
I feel like, okay, I gotta draw a line somewhere, and that's probably where I would have drawn it.
Yeah. I mean, she does make sort of the smart decision in deciding that, rather than be the person that is putting themselves on the line to go steal the things, she, sort of becomes like the supplier, a little
Sure.
bit,
Yeah.
But still, even then, like, when she is confronting the guy who wants to undercut her for, like, the TV, like even that, was an intense moment. But also, sort of where she starts discovering, like, her confidence ability,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that scene took me by surprise. Like, I don't know why. I just wasn't expecting that scene to be as intense as it was, but it's just like, here's two big dudes and she's very small.
Right.
So, like, there's just visually the danger that she was in was very apparent. So that was, I really liked that scene too.
I mean, sort of undercutting through the whole movie is just the fact that, she is a single white woman, spending a lot of time, in either alone or with criminal elements.
Yeah.
And I feel like, we're just sort of more aware now of just how bad a situation that is for any woman.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really sort of helps play up, some of those scenes for sure.
Yeah, there were two things I was worried were going to happen in this movie. One of them was that she was going to be sexually assaulted, which I'm really glad was not an avenue that this movie went down.
Yep.
The other thing was that the dog was going to get hurt when those people come into her place and steal it.
Yeah.
So I was glad that was resolved relatively quickly. I was really scared.
When they take the dog, I thought, why are you taking the dog? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right? Those people are just assholes.
Yeah, like, take the money, sure, but leave the fucking dog alone. God damn it.
Oh, I'm glad they got tased.
That was a great scene.
That was really great.
But yeah, no, I sort of, I don't want to spoil the ending because this is a fairly recent movie, and
yeah,
we're both, I think, recommending it pretty heartily here.
Yeah, definitely.
But, like, at the end, after the sort of climactic, I guess heist, for lack of a better word,
caper.
Yeah, I really thought that, like, it was still fairly unknown what was going to happen to Emily, especially as she was walking down, they're in LA, right?
Yes, they are in LA.
Yeah. Walking down the LA streets, at night alone, with a bag full of money. I thought, oh, fuck, like, something terrible is about to happen. But it took me for a surprise, the direction it did go in, so.
Yeah, I liked that. I feel like there's, as I'm thinking about it now, like, there's a lot of, like, that issue, the Rorschach issue of Watchmen, that's like, the whole thing is basically like, oh, what's the word that I'm thinking of, that I'm trying to think of? Like, it's the same front to back.
Palindrome?
Layout. Palindrome. Like I feel like there's stuff like that in the movie where, like, the second half of her journey is sort of a reflection of stuff that happened to her in the first half, like the having a box cutter held to her neck, and
right.
the introduction and everything. So yeah, really, I appreciated that element of her arc as well.
I think it's just shows that she's clever and she learns from mistakes, and also knows, how to take those mistakes and turn them into, strengths as well.
Yeah, symmetry is the word I was trying to think of.
There we go. That's a good word.
I feel like that's the title of that issue of Watchmen is Fearful Symmetry.
I believe you're correct. It's been more than a minute since I've read Watchmen, by the original writer.
Right. My favorite of the original writer's works.
We joke, but you know what? I actually like V for Vendetta better.
I've only read V for Vendetta once, and I do remember really liking it. So I don't know. I kind of think, at the risk of getting drummed out of the comics community, that Watchmen is a little bit overrated.
I 100% agree with you.
This is a safe space for us.
Yeah. I've gotten my girlfriend to start reading some comics here and there, which I'm pretty proud of because she was kind of steadfastly against it when we started dating.
Okay.
But I have never once recommended Watchmen to her, which I'm sure many people would find to be blasphemous.
Yeah.
Because, it is allegedly the greatest graphic novel ever told. It is not.
Yeah. No, it's, I agree.
Yeah. It's good, but no.
Yeah, when Jenny and I first started dating, I bought Watchmen for her, as a way to try and get her into comics.
Right.
And that was the folly of a guy in his mid-20s who did not have enough life experience or had not read enough books to know that this is not a good place to start someone.
No. Watchmen is only successful if you've been a hardcore nerd for 20 years.
Exactly.
Because it plays on all those tropes. If you're not into comics, especially not into superheroes, then it's just kind of a thing that exists.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, maybe somebody would find enjoyment out of it, but they wouldn't. I hate to say nuance, but they would.
No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
They wouldn't get as much out of it.
Right, yeah. So yeah, I definitely think that Alan Moore has better works out there.
Who?
I'm sorry, the original writer.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
That are more self-contained and less gimmicky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But anywho,
Emily the Criminal.
Emily the Criminal. I really enjoyed this movie. And was honestly very surprised. I had never heard of it before you mentioned it, and did not know what to expect, and was just pleasantly entertained, and also made furious at the American infrastructure.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I pick stuff that has people in it that I like, but that has not gotten a lot of notice.
Right.
And it doesn't always go well. So I was really pleased at how much I liked this movie and how legitimately good it really is. So I heartily recommend it.
Yeah. Emily the Criminal, A+.
A+. Aubrey Plus.
Ooh.
Aubrey Plus?
There was a part in the movie where somebody says that she needs to go walk to the plaza, and really just took me out of it for a second.
Oh, man.
I did notice that this is an Evil Hag production, so she clearly, was sort of the backbone of getting this movie made, and congrats to her on that.
Yeah, I think that was why I was aware of it, is because I follow her on Twitter,
Uh-huh.
and she doesn't post a lot, but when she was posting for a while there, it was all pretty much about Emily the Criminal, so
Awesome.
it was on my mind, so I was glad when it came to Netflix.
Yeah. I think I used to follow her on Twitter, but I stopped following celebrities in general. So
Sure.
Because I don't care what they have to promote. Fuck them.
But without that, we would never have known about this movie.
Well, that's what you're for.
Oh, okay. I'll take that bullet for you. Okay. Did you watch the trailer for Renfield?
I did, actually.
That looks delightful.
It really does. It looks unhinged, and I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because I started listening to this week's episode of Comedy Bang Bang this morning.
Right.
And then when I got to work, and Ben Schwartz is apparently in Renfield, and they were talking about it a little bit, and then when I got to work, the trailer had dropped, so I was pleasantly surprised by that, and decided to check it out, and it looks fun.
It really does.
Glad to see Nick Cage restraining himself and deciding to just sort of be subtle in his roles and his acting. So
yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I listened to that Comedy Bang Bang as well, and then I also this week finished the Stealing Superman podcast.
Ooh, what is that?
It's about the theft of Nicolas Cage's copy of Action Comics #1.
Well, okay.
And it's also about a lot more than that. But it's really interesting. It was really entertaining. So I've had Nicolas Cage on my mind this week as well.
I may have to check out that podcast.
Yeah, it's only 8 episodes. It's well worth listening to.
All right. I also apparently had no idea that his copy of Action Comics got stolen.
Yeah, it was stolen and then recovered, I think over a decade later.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's a really interesting story.
Like I remember, at one point when he was in financial trouble, I thought he, had sold his, entire comic collection or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was included in that, but, that's the only thing I knew about it.
Yeah, so this takes place before that happened.
Okay. Wow. All right. I will definitely check that out. I usually am at a dearth of podcasts to listen to over the weekend, so, yeah, I'll give that a shot.
Nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's not even my thing that's making me happy this week.
Well, what is the thing that's making you happy this week?
I don't know. I broke my ankle. No, honestly, Mom and Dad, if you're listening, I appreciate you letting me stay with you for a week after I broke my ankle. But the thing that's making me happy this week is being in my own house. I'm so happy to be home. I just and to get back to a semi-normal routine, even if that routine is in part on crutches.
Right.
But yeah, getting back to normal in quotes, I guess, is my thing that's making me happy this week.
You know what? I feel that to my very core. Because I don't think I've mentioned it on the podcast, but I did spend the majority of a month in the hospital.
Right.
And as hard as it was to adapt to my new situation once I got home, it was such a fucking relief to be home.
Yeah. There are things about being in the hospital that are sort of easier. Like having people there to help with stuff and knowing that if you have needs, they will, largely be taken care of.
Right.
But there's also really just something to be said for being in your own space and being with your own stuff.
Yep.
And yeah, so it's great. It's good to be home.
Well, I am glad that you are home and wish you as speedy a recovery as you can have.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know when this episode will come out. It might all be over by then. Who knows?
Sure. Roughly a month from now or so is when it will come out. Hopefully, right. Yeah.
So I'll probably still be on crutches at that point.
Yeah, or at least on the upward swing to mending. So
yeah. How about you? What's making you happy this week?
So I've thought about this for a while. And I could say that it's the fact that I stumbled upon HBO Max having several of the Hellraiser sequels I have never seen.
All right.
I could say that it's the fact that I got my girlfriend to watch Superman the movie for the first time ever yesterday.
Hell yeah.
But what is truly making me happy this week is that right now I am drinking coffee in my house.
Ooh.
That I made. Because a friend of mine sent me a late Christmas present, and I got home and there was a gigantic fucking box on my porch, which as a one-legged individual was difficult to bring in,
Right.
especially as it weighed 25 pounds, and there was a whole bunch of shit in it. And I'm sure if she heard this, she would understand when I say that it was full of crap. There were an assortment of Batman toys.
Oh, that's awesome.
Including an original from the 1989 movie Batmobile, and a Batman Returns Batwing. And also a model Batwing.
That's awesome.
And then several of the weird, unposable Batman Returns dolls.
Okay. Oh yeah, like the 12-inch ones.
Yeah.
Or maybe even taller than that. Yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. The vinyl ones.
Yep.
That's awesome.
But included in that box was a single serve coffee maker, and I have not had a coffee maker pretty much since I've moved out of the house.
Oh wow,
20 odd years ago, 25 years ago.
I don't think I knew that.
And I enjoy a coffee, and it's so I went out today and I bought myself some coffee grounds, and I have brewed 2 cups of coffee tonight. And it is making me deliriously happy that I have this.
Are you deliriously happy, or are you hopped up on caffeine?
Yes!
That's excellent. It's such a simple thing, but it makes such a big difference.
It really does. And eventually, when I can walk again and carry stuff, I look forward to being able to take coffee to work.
Yeah. I have been making coffee since I've been home, and using a travel mug to get it from the kitchen to my couch.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fun.
Yeah. I do have a travel mug. I have not tried putting it in my little walker pouch yet, but I probably could. It seems to have a pretty good seal on it. So
yeah.
But also, as I discovered today, I'm allowed to walk a little bit now. So things are at least not easier, but slightly more convenient. So
yeah. You know what? Slight convenience I will take at this point.
Yeah, from my own personal experience, from witnessing my girlfriend attempt to do stupid things, take it slow.
Yeah,
that is my advice to you. It's not going to happen overnight, and the moment that you think that you can, put weight on your foot or whatever, yeah, it's not.
All right.
Don't do it. Bad.
It's interesting. That's sort of the story of the past 6 months for me.
Yeah.
Is it's not going to happen overnight. Take it slow.
Yep.
It's not going to happen when you think it's ready to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, good to know. Good advice. Thank you.
Yeah. What's funny is that so I've been dealing with my things since September. My girlfriend had her surgery early December. And in those first couple of weeks, she was just pushing herself to just do stuff that she shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
And I was able to just turn her words on her. Because she is a physical therapist as a profession. And she told me a lot of things that, I need to watch out for and things that I should do as I began my recovery. And she has gone against every single one of those things, and I have been able to just say, fuck you. These are words you told me. I am telling them now to you.
That's a really satisfying thing.
Oh, it's so satisfying. Oh, boy.
So do you have a movie in mind for next week?
I do. I've had several movies in mind, and it's been hard to sort of pare them down. But I think I have settled. It's on HBO Max. I think it just came out there this past week. It was previously in theaters not that long ago. Okay. Starring Ralph Fiennes, called The Menu.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. I'm gonna be honest, I honestly don't know what it's about. Other than it's a restaurant, and he looks pretty sinister on the poster.
Nice. I have seen The Menu.
Oh,
I would love to watch it with you.
Okay, fantastic. Even better. I look forward to it even more now. I have a friend of mine went to see it at the theater about a month ago, and she said it was pretty great. So, been looking forward to it.
Excellent.
Alrighty. Well, then we will do that hopefully next week.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Barring any other personal injuries.
That's true. Shit, I jinxed it.
Alrighty. Well, we will talk to you then.
Alright, talk to you then for The Menu.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.